Hello and welcome. It is Thursday, it is 4 p.m. and when you add those two things together, it means that it's the Etch Play Weekly Live Show. My name's Adam Burt and I'm joined today by Ben Joy, who's sitting in the dark. Hi Ben.
Hello. Yeah, I'm beholden to the sun. When we were doing our checks, it looked fine, and then just before we went live, the sun went behind a cloud.
Sun's gone down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sun's gone down.
It's like the sun going
I might
down
brighten
on
up,
me.
but we'll see.
Okay, we've got a good show for you today. Hello to everyone in the chat. Sound off if you're watching. Peter Keating's here. We've got Mobin. Stay tuned. We're going to watch some footage from Mobin later playing FIFA. We've got Joe in the chat. And yeah, make sure you're following us. If you're not following us, press the follow button. If you're watching us live, it's down in the corner right now. If you're watching us back on YouTube later, subscribe on YouTube. It's in a similar place. Press the button, get notified, and then you won't have to miss a show ever again. Won't that be nice? Lots to talk about today. We've got some news to get through, and then, as I mentioned, Mobin's playing the brand new FIFA. If you like the football, if you like Southampton, specifically football team, then you'll be pleased with.
And if you like Mobin.
If you like Mobin, yeah, who doesn't like Mobin? He's great. Mobin's our FIFA expert, and you'll see more from him later. And then after that, stick around because Dan Thomas is joining the stream to talk all about rocket jump events, which has been going on this week in a virtual form. We'll tell you all about that later and how you can get involved, how you can watch 3 brilliant interviews that we've done this week. But let's start with the news, shall we? First up in Newsland, I'm going to switch actually to the small webcams. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, otherwise known as AOC, has been playing Among Us, the hit indie game that has taken over Twitch. This was watched by over 400,000 people at its peak. I think it was 439k, the third highest peak on record for the game streaming platform of Twitch. Drake playing Fortnite was number 1, if you were wondering. I was wondering, so I checked. Drake played Fortnite and everyone lost their minds. Fellow Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar also joined the stream, as well as popular streamers including Pokimane and H-Bomber Guy. Did you watch this, Ben? Did you see any of this?
I didn't see it live, but I've seen clips from it after the fact.
Yeah, I watched some of this. It was on quite late in the UK. I think it was 2 a.m. UK time they got started, and they played for about 3 hours, various people joining and going at various times. But it's, I mean, interesting development in the ever-changing political landscape that we live in. I remember being younger, and I was very much like, when I first started engaging with games critically, it was like the Jack Thompson era, you know, when Jack Thompson was this lawyer who was obsessed with like trying to litigate against games, trying to bring lawsuits against them, trying to ban them. And I remember at the time everyone kind of thinking, well, having this idea, it was like, won't it be nice when there's people who play games in the judicial system, I should say, people who play games in Congress, people who play games in Parliament, people who play games in these decision-making, seats of power in society. And this is maybe the first taste of that we've really got. Like, I don't think there's ever been a higher position than this who's been publicly playing games. There are obviously a lot of gamers in Congress. Maybe they keep it a little bit on the down low. They don't talk about it much. AOC is not about that life. She's not keeping it to herself. She's using it, frankly, for her own gain here to try and engage with younger voters who are obviously not the biggest demographic in terms of turnout. And that's something that, you know, politically minded people would like to change. I had a question about this. I was going to ask you if this was going to happen in the UK, and it could. You know, in the next few years, we could see more politicians turning to Twitch. Which politicians do you think you'll see on Twitch, and what will they be playing?
That is a good question. I know what I want to see them play. I want to see them play Football Manager, because if they can navigate team from the conference and win the Champions League, they'll get my vote, because that is hard to do. I trust them to manage I trust them to manage anything. I think that's harder than managing the country. So that's the game I want to see. In terms of politicians, just step up and show me.
Joe in the chat says Ed Miliband would be a good fit, and I agree. Ed Miliband probably is up for it. Yep. He's got a podcast. Miles in the chat says get Rishi Sunak on Fortnite. Not sure that's going to work, but you never know. He's from Southampton. Rishi, if you're watching, you're welcome on the show anytime. I promise not to ask any
Because
hard
we only have
questions.
people from Southampton, apparently.
Oh yeah, the show's remote. AOC, if you're watching, you want to come on the show anytime. You know, if you want to step down from the likes of Pokemon and come hang out with us on Twitch instead, you are very welcome.
The real influencers.
Yeah. So yeah, huge audience and likely the first of, I imagine, many to come. Obviously, the American election is very close, so won't necessarily be much more in this campaign. But yeah, it's depending on how well that goes for her, and I imagine it's been quite successful in terms of engagement. We'll probably see more of that. And I mean, I'm watching the stream now. I think it's crazy that I even have reason to put a video of myself next to a video of AOC. It's like, hello, she's right there.
Again, it just shows how powerful Twitch is, and it
it does.
It isn't just for gaming and such wide reach to such an influential group who, as you said, they're political people want them to get more engaged. This is where they are, and yeah, the numbers speak for themselves. People were engaged, so hats off to her for using that platform and using it well.
Elsewhere in the world of news, last week we talked about the PlayStation 5 backwards compatibility, and it sparked a fire. It sparked a fire in the Silent Hill fandom. As you may remember, there was a playable teaser, which goes by the name PT, stands for playable teaser, on the PlayStation 4 for a new Silent Hill game that people really loved. Konami, who were the owners and creators of Silent Hill, ostensibly, took that down and have ever since been increasingly keen for people to forget that it exists, and the internet never forgets. So based on those comments from Sony last week about backwards compatibility, it kind of reopened the question, will it be possible for people who have downloaded PT and kept it on their hard drive, hoarded it like a dragon or some sort of collector, will they be able to play this on their PlayStation 5? Konami's released an official statement to Games Radar, the website. Basically, they're saying that it's not going to be backwards compatible on the PlayStation 5, although it leaves some room for interpretation, I would say, because it says in their official statement, the content will not be available on the PlayStation Store, so users won't be able to re-download the content through the backwards compatibility feature to the PlayStation 5. So fairly definitive in the sense that if you own it on the store, which some people did, and you can currently re-download it, you won't be able to re-download it on the PlayStation 5. Doesn't necessarily rule out some sort of hard drive cross-pollination, weird system where someone, shoehorns it in some other way. I'm not sure how much the PlayStation 5 would need to be potentially hacked to make that happen, or whether that's something that will be easily supported for PlayStation 4 games. But there you go. If you're a PT fan, bad news for your beloved playable teaser, and we'll see how that develops. Did you ever play PT?
I didn't. No, I didn't play it.
Have you ever played a horror game before in your life?
No, I hate horror. I hate being scared, and I scare really easily. So I stay away from that stuff. I let the big boys play that.
Yeah. The Avengers, heroes of the big screen and also of the smaller screen. Now that they've released the Avengers game on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. They were working on a next-gen version, like many games that are coming out in this kind of window, like Cyberpunk, like some other games we've talked about. They were developing a specific next-gen upgrade, which was going to be free. That was due to land with the console launches. However, it has now been delayed to 2021. It also means that the character they were going to add, which was the Kate Bishop version of Hawkeye, like young female Hawkeye, is also delayed. And bad news for Avengers fans. You will still be able to play the existing game backwards compatibility mode on the Series X or PlayStation 5, or indeed a Series S, I guess, if you have it digitally. But yeah, your fancy bells and whistles, I don't know what they're going to add. Ray tracing, maybe? Whatever they're going to add, you're not going to get it until 2021.
Yeah, there's quite a few delays, isn't there? It feels like every week we mention some kind of delay, and it's not ideal when the consoles are coming out in a matter of weeks for all these games to start being delayed to the point where there isn't an actual deadline date for when to expect them, which I think from a consumer point of view is frustrating because you want to know when it's coming, but I guess from a developer point of view, they can't let you down if they miss it. They could still miss the year. They've given 2021. If they miss 2021, then they're definitely letting people down. But I guess from that
Yeah.
perspective, it's good because then it gets away from, almost self-inflicted needing to crunch, which is, the industry needs to avoid at all costs, really.
That's a good point. I do think, though, I think it's problematic business-wise because, is anyone going to care by the time they finish this? I think
Yeah.
it's a game. I mean, if you look at how it's performing, it sold really well initially. There's definitely a strong, there's a strong license attached to this game, but it's not exactly doing the numbers in terms of long-term play, long-term growth, or long-term financial viability necessarily.
I mean, the Avengers are done now. Like Endgame's been gone. There's obviously still Marvel films coming, but yeah. And obviously, I guess all the films have been pushed back as well. So,
COVID having impact on every creative industry to some degree. Elsewhere in Blizzard news, Starcraft 2. Remember Starcraft 2?
I did when you told me we were going to talk about it.
Oh yeah, you're giving away the secrets behind how the show is produced. Starcraft 2 is no longer getting updates. I didn't even realize it still was getting updates, but yeah, it's been out for a very, very long time, and has been getting continual, content basically, for people to buy and enjoy and get for free in some cases. Still a very popular esport, Starcraft 2. Especially in South Korea, places like that, where Starcraft does very big numbers, and they have said that the door is open for additional updates that are just about balance. So they're not making any new content, but if it turns out someone discovers a strategy that makes the game totally unbalanced and it ruins the esports community or the scene, as it might be called, then they are willing to step in and fix stuff like that.
So, yeah, I did read as well that they said that they're going to they're focusing on what's next for the franchise, which I guess means they're maybe going to be working on a new game. Because it's interesting, because something we've spoken about quite a lot before is like this lifelong games, and that's how you keep a game alive. So in a sense, it's doing updates, and essentially they're going, okay, you can still play this game, and we'll keep it alive, but we're not going to advance it. So I guess they're kind of drawing the line on that, and yeah, their efforts are going to go elsewhere, and maybe a StarCraft 3 or a spin-off game or. But yeah, it's just interesting that we look at lifelong games, and this is an example of a studio kind of going, this game's coming to the end of its life.
I mean, it's had a good run. I'm sure chat will correct me, but off the top of my head, I think StarCraft 2 came out 2007, 2008. So that's like a 13 or 12 year run. Pretty good going.
Not bad. I wait for Joe B to get the actual facts and be like, oh, it's actually what it is.
Hit us up in the chat over on the side of the screen if we're getting things wrong. We usually are.
Put him right.
2010.
Right,
I was so close. I wasn't even close. That was awful.
No, you weren't. You were way off.
Last news story today then. Devolver Digital, the publisher behind the smash hit Mediatonic game Fall Guys, have brought in a licensing specialist specifically to work on Fall Guys. So you may remember when Fall Guys first launched, it kind of took over Twitter a bit, and there was a lot of excitement about it, and there was lots of brands who wanted to get involved and get their costumes, get cosmetic items in the game based on, KFC or Adidas or whoever else was interested. People like that. And they've now hired someone whose job it's going to be to try and manage those kind of relationships and deals. Former Dunlop Sports licensing manager, and I'm sorry, I'm going to completely get this name wrong because I don't know how to pronounce it. Fee Heyer is what I'm going to go with. She's joined Devolver to lead the licensing push, and her official job title will be Head of Licensing. She has extensive experience working with video games, and she describes Fall Guys as a phenomenon rarely seen before. So yeah, it sounds like there's going to be more...
I did like Devolver's quote. Go ahead, sorry.
It sounds like there's going to be more branded content in Fall Guys. You want to talk about the quote?
Yeah, I just thought the quote was very Devolver when they were talking about it, and it's like, yeah, it's great that we've got someone who actually knows what they're doing now. Such a Devolver thing to say, and I think it's great. It's I think it's quite telling of where we can see the industry going as well. Like with more things like Game Pass and the PlayStation equivalent, and kind of moving to that games as a service, like you buy a subscription and play a bunch of games. I guess game sales is going to kind of fall down a little bit because people aren't going to be buying individual games. So I guess studios are going to be looking for ways in which they can monetize and generate revenue in a different way from game sales, and licensing is definitely one of those areas where there is revenue to be made. So it's interesting to see them take that active step and, you know, quite publicly take that step.
What brand would you like to see in Fall Guys? What costume would you like to wear?
You like putting me on the spot.
It's kind of the point of the show, to be honest.
It is. Yeah. Immediately, all brands have flown out of my head. You already said KFC because KFC is my brand. Like
your brand.
Yeah.
They get you as a person.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say KFC. Is that already in there? I haven't played Fall Guys in ages. I need to.
Don't think it's in there, but I'm sure that's on the table.
It should be. It should be. I wanna see a Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders in there.
This is not on
we love Colonel Sanders.
I said that.
If you haven't seen that video, go check it out.
Oh, yeah, we do have a KFC video on our YouTube channel. Check that out after the show. I said this was going to be the last news story, but you've reminded me that there's something else that happened this week we should probably talk about. Here in the UK, at least, KFC are launching a new competition where every day they're giving away an Xbox Series X. All you got to do is buy KFC every day, and you could win one. And I was thinking this could be right up your street.
Yeah,
we couldn't get one on pre-order.
Yeah, this is how I'm going to get it. That's how I'm going to get the Series X. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Peter's just said Leeds Rhinos. That's obviously what I want to say there. Leeds Rhinos. That is my brand.
No.
Lives in my heart every day.
All right, let's move on. This is a pre-recorded segment. Yeah, this is a pre-recorded segment from our FIFA expert, Mobin. And we'll be back after this video. Hope you enjoy it. And we'll be back to talk about Rocket Jump after this.
Hello everyone, this is Mobin from Etch here. As you know, we have a weekly show. And I'm going to play some FIFA for you today. And you're going to watch it and hopefully enjoy it. So, as you know, FIFA 21 came out about 10 days ago. I haven't played it that much. I came down to Division 8 from Division 9, just playing a couple of games. And I'm gonna play for, using Southampton team, which is the best team in Southwest as we believe. And you're gonna win it. Yeah, of course. The players are put on the ground. They are the best players we have. Obviously, we don't have any bad players, do we? No. The answer is no. The correct answer is no. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we get any opponents to play against. And to be honest, at the moment, you get mixed ranked because everybody's trying to play it. And everybody just got the game. So everybody are on Division 9 and trying to take their rank up. So we got an opponent, see what happens. I don't know what team we got. We're gonna find out in a minute. And hopefully we're gonna win it. Southampton never lose, does it? Nah. Alright, what team we have? Werder Bremen's. Good. Let's play it. Let's see what happens. We're not gonna rush it, we're just gonna slowly go forward and try to attack. Oh, that's a red! Come on, guys. That's a red, guys. Oh, come on. Come on, Danny. I was expecting more from you. You should put it on the top right corner or left corner or any corner. Just put it on the corner. That's what you need to do. That's what you do every day, isn't it? Come on, guys. That was offside, isn't it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Look at that. Oh, good save. Good save from their goalkeeper. That's the only thing they got. Good goalkeeper. Come on, cross it. Hit it in! Oh, good goalkeeping again. That's 2 attack, 2 shot on target, 2 saves from their goalkeeper. Is this what they have? Is this the only thing they have? Come on, guys. You're not going to let them to go all the way. Nah, not today, mate. Not today. Come on, make the run, make the run, make the run. Good pass. Good. Oh, what was that pass, man? Have you not been practicing any passes? What happened? Oh, he got your yellow from the other one. What happened there? Was he offside? Probably. Probably. Okay, let's do this. We need to score now, don't we? That's a yellow again. He just makes foul after foul after foul. I don't have anything to say. And he makes fouls after fouls after fouls. I'm not going to let them score. Nah, they have a better goalkeeper than yours, mate. Our goalkeeper is the best goalkeeper in South Coast.
With a bit of danger here.
Oh. Oh, look at that pass. Look at this pass. Woohoo!
Well,
am I going to cross it? Am I going to cross it? Am I going to cross it? No, I'm going in. Pass it in. And it's in. Yes.
The pressure finally telling, and they get their due
Woo! Woo!
Well, here it is again.
Yes, man. Look at that goal. Look at that goal.
And then the composure is impressive.
Very,
he smashes the ball with all he has to beat a forlorn
very
goalkeeper.
good.
Brilliant strike.
Okay. We're not going to defend. No. If you think we're going to now defend, park the bus. That's what the other usual team does. Southampton never do that. No. We're just going to attack. More goals, and try to score more goals and more goals and more goals. Look at that skills. Wow. Wow. Come on, Redmonds. Don't show off. Look at that pass. Yes. Chip it in. Oh, man. Look at that chip. Danny Ings. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. In FIFA 20, you could have watched the celebrations and all, like the slow-mo of the goal and all of that. But in FIFA 21, they made it so the opponent can also skip that one. So that's what he did. He doesn't want to, obviously. Nobody wants to watch the... Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
When you get a present from the goalkeeper like that, you have to take it.
Good players make mistakes, you know. Have you not seen Messi makes
Derek, in this
mistakes?
Defense, and they're taking full
and
advantage.
He's not a good player.
They're creating so much from midfield, and the forwards are...
Oh, it's all Southampton as usual.
Well,
can you believe this? It's all Southampton. Yes, Southampton. Come on, Southampton. Get the ball back. Put the pressure on them. Oh, that's a mistake. He's never gonna... Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Nah, he's never gonna get to that. He's never gonna get to that. Sing it with me. He's never gonna get to that. Yes. His team is bad. Don't tell him. Don't tell him, but his team is so bad. He needs to change his team to a better team, like, for example, Southampton. Is he offside? He's not gonna get to that anyway. Don't make yourself tired, man. That's fine. Okay, we're in half-time. We played one half perfectly, as you expect, obviously. Look at these stats, man. Look at all these stats. Stats talk itself. Don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Beautiful. Beautiful.
As anticipated, plenty
of talking. We are in second half now.
And now the second half is
He's
underway.
trying to play with his goalkeeper so my team comes up and he can do counter, but Southampton never exceeded any counter. Come on. He's going to lose the ball here and not going to score it. I know that's what's going to happen. See? Oh, lucky. You lucky. I got the ball back easily.
Doesn't want to give it away here. That is
not going to rush it. You're not going to rush it. Oh, oops.
Ball's gone.
Oops. Oh, come on, goalkeeper. Oh.
And he does.
No. My heart.
Well,
nah, I'm alive. I'm alive. It's just one goal. I let him to score one goal, you know. Southampton always does that. He lets an opponent to score one goal so they get happy about it. But they're never going to win it.
has gone over the
And
touchline
they're
for what
gonna
will be a
win it.
throw-in.
Oh!
He's
Hello,
given the ball away
hello.
unnecessarily.
Look at that pass. Okay, come on, Redmonds. See what you, show me what you have. What is this?
Oh, it comes
What
to
is this,
nothing in the
guys?
end. Really should have made
You're
more of
supposed to
that.
pass and score it.
It's
If you
offside,
like this
Lee.
game, if you're enjoying it, please leave me some hearts in the comments. Then I can play another game for you next week.
Half an hour remaining then.
Yep, thank you very much for all your hearts.
Credit to them for winning back possession.
Oh, look at these tactics. It's all Southampton. It's all Southampton. Look at that pass.
That's not a bad ball.
Come on, guys. Yes!
But work to do.
What a goal!
They're looking really relaxed.
What a goal!
And not giving the opposition
3-1.
much of a look in.
And it's Southampton. Yes, guys, beautiful goals. Are we gonna watch this? Yes,
Well,
he
we can
didn't.
take
He
another
didn't
look
skip
at
it.
this. There's
Oh,
nothing much
he
the
did.
keeper can do.
That's
Close
fine.
range
That's
finish,
fine.
really
Maybe the
good play,
editors put
and he
some
doesn't
slow mo
miss
for
from
you
there.
nicely. Watch
So
it
there it
again.
is, 3-1
What
the
a
current
nice
scoreline
cross
here.
in. What a good finish. Beautiful. All beautiful.
Looks
Look at
very
that
real.
pass. Easy. Look
they
at that
keep it
cross
going.
in. Look at that
Shots
finish.
along.
Oh, he's got injured and he's scored it.
Stamp on it.
This is how good he is.
Well, let's see this again. Look at the
Yes.
defense doing their job.
Under
Now
the
we're gonna
arms
see
of the
forwards
goalkeeper.
do their job.
Let's do a sub quickly. Let's do a sub quickly. Don't forget to leave me some hearts if you're enjoying this. Who is gonna come in? So we're gonna give some game for this guy, and I'm gonna bring this guy in as well, and also gonna do a quick sub for. Nah, that's it. That's it. That's it, guys. Let's do this. Let's finish the last 10 minutes quickly, and
the counter-attack, so difficult to
that's a
stop.
good score.
Just look at the finish.
I don't know what they haven't been
Well, if there were
practicing
any
at all.
lingering
Oh, where are you
doubts about
going,
the
man?
outcome, surely they
Where are
now
you
have
going?
been removed.
All the way yourself? Do you think it's possible against a good team like Southampton? Oh, good tackle.
And
Well,
they'll
he can
get
get
ready
there.
for the throw-in.
Oops.
Ings. And there to
Oh,
intervene.
mistake. I've pressed the wrong button.
And that's going to be the goalkeeper's ball.
Nice. Nice catch. You're not going to rush
Stevens.
at all. You know? You're not going to
Walker
rush it.
Peters.
And we are safe. Don't worry, guys.
McCarthy.
Don't worry, guys. We are
Eccentric
safe.
goalkeeping.
We are the best team.
Crisp tackling.
Of course we are safe. Don't worry, guys. We are safe. He's
It
not going
looks
to do
promising.
anything. Look
Clears
at
it away.
these skills. Oh, come on. You
Might
just
be a bit
came
annoyed
in.
to
You
have
can't
lost
even
the
get the
ball.
ball. Why did you
Good
came
play
in
it
then?
in.
Oh, mistake. What was that cross? Bad cross from
A
him.
promising looking attack, but comes to nothing in the end. And the
Good
keeper got
catch. Good save. Good save. Good save from the goalkeeper. Thank you very much. Mr. Number One.
corner kick played in. The fist of the
Good
goalkeeper.
clear. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. There's a little pressure on us. Oh, it's finished. It's finished. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you leave enough heart for me in the comments, I will play another game for you next week. Bye.
That was FIFA 2021, played by Mobin, our resident FIFA expert. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And we're back with Dan Thomas. Hi, Dan.
Hello, how are we doing?
Good, 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 good. And we're here to talk about Rocket Jump. So for those folks at home, maybe you don't know what Rocket Jump is yet. How about you explain what Rocket Jump is before we get started?
Yes, so Rocket Jump Events is a series of micro games industry conferences that we have organised for the past few years. And yeah, that's certainly how they started, were real world events where we arranged for some speakers. We had a sort of expo where people could show off what they're working on, networking, and yeah, they were just a great kind of, I guess, grassroots games industry community conference that we moved around. We ran one in Brighton, one in Bournemouth, a couple in Guildford, them in London, and yeah, that was kind of, I guess, the gist of them. And yeah, things have changed in recent times.
Well, that's what we're here to talk about. So yeah, 2020 obviously makes things more complicated in a variety of ways, and one of those is that conferences can't really go ahead in their traditional form. So like most conferences, we've kind of turned to an online format this year, and turned to YouTube basically, and launched some video interviews. There are 3 of them. They are all now live. They went live on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. We have an interview with Elle Osili-Wood, an interview with Mu Yu, and an interview with Simon Carless. So yeah, don't go and watch them right now because you're watching this, obviously. But after this is done, definitely go to the Etch Play YouTube channel and catch up on those. I think they're really interesting. We're going to talk about them a bit now, so we'll give you a bit of a hint about some of the stuff that's in them. Dan, obviously you helped put this together this year, and you kind of selected, I guess, the speakers. These came from your network and your discussions with these people. Why these people?
Yeah, so you say I was involved. That's very, very gracious of you. I said we should do this, and you did it all, Adam. So kudos to you for that. But you know, I'm the ideas guy.
You sent some emails. That's
exactly. No, it's the speaker selection. It's always an interesting process when organising these events, and it's where a lot of the value in the events for the audience are. We look to try and get a good cross section or good representation from across the industry, and there's always an interesting balance between finding people who are interesting and people who are available and willing, and obviously it's important that we do get that decent representation. And yeah, I guess these folks they're doing really interesting things in recent times, and it was a case of you're doing interesting things. You've clearly got some interesting insights to share, and then yeah, I just reach out and tell them about the event, offer them the opportunity to come and chat with us, and yeah, fortunately for us, these amazing folks were very receptive to that, and I'm extremely happy with the output that we got from it.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't checked these out yet, they all have different kind of subjects. They're all about the journey that person's been on. So Elle's is about her career as a games journalist, but also as a voice actor. Mu Yu talks about his experiences running an indie studio, and also diversity in the games industry. He's part of POC and Play, which is an organisation that focuses on diversity in the games industry. And Simon Carless, the creator of Game Discover Co. and the Game Discoverability newsletter, came to talk about game discoverability, which makes sense, and about how difficult it is to make sure your game stands out in an extremely crowded marketplace, and the ways that you have to think about that as kind of a part of what you're doing. You've obviously seen these. What are some of your favourite takeaways from the videos that are up there?
Yeah, so I actually just re-watched them today to refresh myself, and I mean, I enjoyed. Obviously, we recorded them and I reviewed them then, and just rewatching them now, they're so good, so interesting, and I think Elle has just got so much experience and has done so much. I really enjoyed the segment where you asked her about sort of advice for people getting into the industry. I thought she had some really great insights there, and what really stood out to me was when she kind of said about if you're trying to get into the industry or going for a job, kind of, I love games, it's perhaps not the most standout of features for somebody applying for a job in the games industry. It's almost like that's a given, but what makes you special? And I thought that was really, really relevant and really valid advice. Mu, I love his. It was interesting actually, because Mo had raised a discussion in the UK games industry Slack recently, kind of around this idea of being a bit older, and he kind of flagged this, and a load of as other oldies, should we say, were kind of like, oh yeah, somebody else feels like this, and so his views on diversity in general really insightful, and he just comes at that from so many different angles. Like I say, there's kind of the POC in play that he's a part of. He was talking about the diversity in ages, but also his career as well. He's done the indie thing, he's done the AAA thing. He has a family and he's supporting that. So being able to add those concerns and considerations to this idea of what is a largely sort of fairly young industry. I thought that was fantastic, and then Simon Carlos is just I think he gets a mention in pretty much every week or every video that we do. The work that he does with No More Robots and the newsletter, it's just always got so many great insights, and it's nice to hear. Like it's a pretty new initiative from him to spin up the Game Discoverability Co. Venture that he's doing. So it was nice to hear that. It's also hot off the press, as it were. Great. A great bunch of insights all around, and everybody should definitely go and watch those videos.
Yes, you should. You can find them all, as I say, on the Etchplay YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/c/etchplay. You can also follow Rocket Jump directly on Twitter and Facebook. Just type in the little search bar, you'll find it. And yeah, definitely check those out. Are there any kind of parting thoughts you have, Dan, about 2020 and about putting this event together? Like, has this been a good experience? Would you want to do this again, or in 2021, if COVID's gone, you're going to go back to the old format?
It was great for me because I just told you to do it and you did it. But, so yeah, I will throw that around to you. But I think we held off from the last Rocket Jump event we did. We kind of, obviously everything went into lockdown and events got put on hold, and then various events have restarted in various digital formats. And what I didn't want to do, it was almost like there was nothing and then there was a different digital event all the time. And I was reluctant to just recreate or try to recreate the exact same event just in on a Zoom call or something like that, because it's not the same, and you can get that experience elsewhere. Other events are doing that, so we kind of took it as an opportunity to reflect and say, okay, what is something that we can do that is of value, that we can deliver as best we can under these conditions. And I really liked the fact that we gave ourselves the space to record these videos one at a time. We just broadcast them; they weren't live. And now that content is there. It's applicable to a much wider audience, which is great. Obviously, real world events are there is somewhat a barrier to entry. You need to be able to get to the area. You need to be able to get the time off work, or all these different considerations. And so yeah, I like the inclusiveness of this, and it kind of, I guess, pushed us out of our comfort zone in terms of capability, tech setup. You did a great job with the interviewing, so yeah, throwing that back to you. How did you find the experience?
It was good. I think you're right that it's people, regular watchers of the show will know that this is my setup. This is my living room. This is the world that we operate in 2020, just working out of our houses rather than out of maybe a studio space that would be better suited in some ways for this kind of content. I was very struck when I did with Elle specifically. She's such a professional, and she does voice acting work as well. So she's got the proper mic, she's got the arm for the mic, she's got the little area where she's all soundproofed in. And yeah, in terms of insight, I think you're spot on about the stuff that you raised. I think there's meaningful and in some cases directly actionable things and takeaways you can take from all of those videos, depending on what kind of person you are. I think if you're somebody who's looking to get into the industry, either voice acting or journalism specifically, then Elle's video is a great primer. I think that Moo just brought such a wealth of experience from all different angles to his discussion, which I really valued. And Simon's viewpoints are increasingly relevant. There's a reason that we talk about them all the time. It's because he's talking about the future of games marketing, and that's where the industry is going, because gone are the days where you could just launch a game and you'd be the only game that came out on that day, and it would be in an electronics boutique downtown. As a kid, you'd go in, you get Pokemon cards, and you see the game on the shelf and you buy it. Like, we're a world away from that now. So that brave new world needs people like Simon Carlos and his insight into techniques and strategies for helping people to discover that your game even exists in the first place. So yeah, a lot of fun. They're on the YouTube channel. I've put the link in the Twitch chat. If you're watching live, you can go and check that out after the stream. That brings us to the end for today's show. Thank you to my guests, Dan Thomas, Ben Joy was here earlier, and thanks also to Mobin, the FIFA expert, who showed us FIFA 2021 earlier and thrashed Werder Bremen 4-1. We'll be back next week, same time, usual show, news, all the latest industry insight, and also some gameplay. Bit of fun, isn't it? If you're not following us already and you're watching live on Twitch, now's your chance to do so. I can see Experimental Space has followed us in the last 6 minutes. Thank you, Experimental Space. If anyone else is out there thinking, oh, maybe I should follow you, just do it now. I'll give you a shout out if you do it in the next 10 seconds.
We get a lovely little badge when we get to our next level, so we'd really like that. So
yeah, I want the badge.
Please follow and tell your friends to follow.
Yeah, just start some sort of multi-level marketing campaign all about how great our stream is. And if you're watching on YouTube, which is also a valid way to watch, you're just, it's the iPlayer way of watching it on catch up. Make sure you follow us on there as well. It's called subscribing on YouTube, but if you subscribe, you can also get notifications. And we will see you next time. I'm Adam Burt. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you next Thursday at 4 PM. It's the weekly live show. See you next time. Bye.
See ya.